Welcome to the first episode of Mentorship Matters on the Quill and Sword podcast. I am CW3 Shaniqua Coley, your host and a member of the JAG Corps Leadership Center team. With me today in the Nolan Reading Room at the Judge Advocate General's Legal Center and School is Colonel Rob Abbott, the Leadership Center Director. In this episode, we're going to introduce the Leadership Center and its mission, briefly describe what it is we do, let you know where to find our products and how to contact us, as well as let you know about some future products and initiatives we are working on. Good morning, Colonel Abbott. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hey, good morning, Chief. Thank you so much for having me here today to discuss the JAG Corps Leadership Center. I've been absolutely honored to serve as the director of the Leadership Center since the summer of 2021. Prior to this position, I served as the Staff Judge Advocate for Army CID, the Deputy Staff Judge Advocate for Fort Gordon, Georgia, and the Cyber Center of Excellence, as well as the Deputy Staff Judge Advocate for JTF-3 in Afghanistan. I also did some time at CENTCOM as an NSL attorney for a few years, and prior to that, I was a chief of just about every section the JAG Corps has in an OSJ.
Sir, thank you for that brief but informative introduction. To our listeners, you can find Colonel Abbott's bio and additional information about all the great things we'll discuss here today on our website. It can be found on the TJAGLIC's website under Leadership Center. The link is also included in our show notes. Now that you have met our director, let's discuss what the Leadership Center does and its benefit to the Corps. Colonel Abbott, can you tell us a little about the history of the Leadership Center and why it was established?
Absolutely, Chief. The JAG Corps Leadership Center was established in 2019 with the primary intent to enhance and cultivate leadership development of JAWS personnel to include a specific focus on leader and team development. Simply stated, people are our greatest asset. The Army and the JAG Corps strategies both implore us to focus on our people. How we lead them, how we mentor them, and how we develop them matters. Leadership is also one of TJAG's top priorities, and our Corps leaders consistently emphasize the importance of exceptional leadership at all levels. Equally as important, our leaders consistently receive feedback from the teammates in the field that they visit. Our senior leaders value and appreciate this input and work closely with the Leadership Center to find new and innovative ways to assist our leaders lead their formations more effectively and efficiently. The Leadership Center supports our senior leaders' vision to ensure all JAWS personnel have a common understanding of doctrinal leadership and, more importantly, an opportunity to grow and be successful both professionally and personally. We primarily focus on competencies and attributes of leadership that are outlined in ADP 6-22. We also focus on the principles of holistic health and fitness as described in FM 7-22. Through practical application, candid and meaningful conversations, a series of guest speakers, and an emphasis on individual and team improvement, we are able to help leaders at all levels develop and take care of their teams.
That sounds like an important and meaningful mission. Can you tell us a little about your team, sir?
The Leadership Center has an exceptional team of leaders who are very passionate about our mission and love what we do. In the past 2 years, we have significantly expanded our educational and outreach efforts, allowing us to reach a much broader audience and have a far greater impact on our Corps. Our team has grown from 2 personnel to 4, including a warrant officer position. We are also in the process of hiring a civilian associate director who will help us continue to expand our efforts and provide continuity well into the future. We provide the field with training, tools, and resources on topics ranging from leadership fundamentals to holistic wellness. We cover everything from effective communication and interpersonal relationships to counterproductive behaviors, emotional intelligence, and burnout, among many other things. The reality is, the military is evolving, as is the JAG Corps. Now more than ever, it is important that our leaders foster an environment conducive to growth and development. Leaders must provide the tools, resources, and most importantly, opportunities necessary for every member of their teams to flourish. Our teammates demand and deserve excellent leadership, and we have to be ready to provide it. Accordingly, we must continue to find new and innovative ways to develop the leaders that we're putting in these positions while continuing to stress the importance of relationship building and communication across our Corps.
Sir, I cannot agree with you more that people are our greatest asset. It's one of the reasons I'm so excited that the JAG Corps is spearheading this effort focused on taking care of people. So what are the primary goals of the Leadership Center?
The Leadership Center has 5 lines of effort. Our primary goal is to continuously improve upon each of those areas with an enduring focus on building relationships and improving communication. Our primary line of effort 1, is education, training, and instruction right here in TJAGLICS. We are extremely excited to have the opportunity to teach in all professional military education courses here. That includes the graduate course, the officer basic course, the senior civilian course, the warrant officer courses, and the NCO Academy courses. Our second line of effort is field office support. We provide leader development training around the globe, both virtually and in person. We've been to installations, RCTs, overseas to Europe, and we also still provide virtual assistance when requested. We traditionally combine doctrinal leadership, holistic wellness, and experiential scenario-based training to maximize our training impact. So this includes training support packages on everything from leadership fundamentals to mentorship to emotional intelligence. These products can be found on the Leadership Center website, as Chief Coley mentioned, and are completely tailorable to the field for your use. Our third line of effort is doctrine and policy. We review all Army doctrine and JAG Corps policies related to leadership, mentorship, and wellness. We also lead the mentorship, wellness, and subordinate feedback operational planning teams and working groups. We're always looking for new and innovative ways to assist the field. Our fourth line of effort is our liaison activities with entities internal and external to the Army. This includes academia. We try to understand what's going on in the world so that we can use our collaboration and coordination to improve what we're doing in the Leadership Center. Our fifth line of effort is wellness. We work closely with the Walter Reed Army Institute of Research to develop and field the JAG Corps Tailored Wellness Training Program that we're calling JAGFit. We're also supporting the JAG Corps Wellness Program Manager hiring efforts and are very excited the direction the JAG Corps is taking with continuing to prioritize the holistic wellness of our teammates. Our goal is to work closely with the Wellness Program Manager once she or he is hired and transition this important line of effort to that subject matter expert once they are fully on board. We will maintain the educational components of wellness here at TJAGLIX in conjunction with the Program Manager's guidance and input, and this line of effort will become part of our education, training, and instruction line of effort.
I'd like to remind our listeners this information and more can be found on the Leadership Center's website contained on the LEAP portal. It's also linked below in the show notes. Sir, what are some future projects we should plan on seeing come out of the Leadership Center?
We are constantly looking at ways to improve our curriculum, as we talked about earlier. By ensuring our training and educational efforts are first class, we can have the most impact on the students and leaders we teach. They can then carry that information that they've learned here at TJAGLIX back to their post camps and stations. We are also working on a few JAG Corps-wide initiatives, which we are hoping will have a lasting impact on the JAG Corps for years to come. Of those initiatives, I'll talk briefly about 4 of them. The first initiative is our digital mentorship platform. This commercial platform will allow JAWS personnel to search for mentors or mentees throughout the JAWS community from the comfort of your desk, phone, or tablet. You simply select the criteria you're looking for, and the platform does the rest, matching you with a potential mentor or mentee. As mentorship by definition must remain voluntary, you then have the choice to continue to build that relationship through or outside of the platform itself. The second initiative we've been working on is a subordinate feedback program. One of the things our leaders are told in their visits to the field is that subordinates want to have a voice, and that makes a lot of sense. So the goal of the subordinate feedback program is to provide a tool for subordinates to share input on how their leaders are doing, allowing their leaders to continue to grow and develop. Our third initiative is wellness. We already hit on JAGFit briefly. It's a collaborative effort with the Walter Reed Army Institute of Research and JAG Corps specific wellness and resiliency training. The Walter Reed team is currently conducting focus groups, and our OPT will work closely with them on the creation of scenario-based experiential training. The last initiative I'll briefly hit on is what we're doing right now, the Mentorship Matters podcast on the episodes of the Quill and Sword. Going forward, our podcast will focus on getting to know leaders of all ranks and backgrounds from across the JAG Corps. These episodes will allow the field to hear from our leaders across the Corps about topics like leadership, mentorship, wellness, and other related topics that will continue to improve quality of life throughout our Corps.
Sounds exciting and innovative. I'm thrilled to be a part of the team, and I'm looking forward to seeing these initiatives come to life. Thank you, Colonel Abbott, for your insightful explanation of who the Leadership Center is, what we do, and what we're working on. What else would you like our listeners to know about the JAG Corps' leadership efforts?
The science of leadership, Chief, is pretty simple. ADP 6-22 defines the competencies and attributes of what leadership actually is. FM 622 further describes how to implement those leadership characteristics in order to develop effective leaders. Unfortunately, the art of leadership is much more difficult for many to get a solid grasp of. We are all humans as well as legal professionals, and we all have value. While we may differ in our ranks and our titles, we are all teammates with the shared goal of providing principal counsel and premier legal services to our clients. In that aspect, effective communication and the ability to build meaningful relationships is essential. The Leadership Center works closely with our leaders at all levels to help establish a baseline understanding of leadership and provide the tools, training, and resources for leaders to lead effectively in the field.
Are there any final thoughts you'd like to leave with our listeners?
One of the most important aspects of our mission in the Leadership Center is to help leaders improve how they lead and develop their teams. By starting from a doctrinal baseline, we are able to assist leaders with individual and team growth objectives. In spite of rank, title, or position, we are all leaders in one capacity or another. To lead effectively, it is essential to understand it's all about your people, and it can never be about ourselves. As leaders, we must find ways to inspire our teammates by providing that purpose, direction, and motivation. We must also put in the time and effort to mentor, coach, counsel, train, and develop the future leaders of our Corps. I cannot emphasize enough, our people are yearning to be led, and how we lead them matters. Please reach out to us with any issues you may have, any questions, or anything you need to help you become a better leader, and let us know how we can better serve you or your teams.
We hope you have enjoyed this episode of the Mentorship Matters podcast, presented by the JAG Coors Leadership Center. For more information and resources, please visit the JAG Coors Leadership Center website. And remember, mentorship matters because people matter, and you can be the difference.